Alrighty, guys. I just hit someone's car, and now I'm gonna have to pay money. And that really sucks, man, because if what happened was I didn't hit the car and I didn't have to pay money, then I'd have more money and I wouldn't have hit the car. Um, what happened was there is some guy with a big rig behind me. It was in a parking lot and he was blocking the way, and he said, well, first thing, I should have just told him to move. Like, he said, what he said, oh, do you need me to move? And then I was like, oh, hey, how are you? And like, you guys are putting the windows in today. And I started like small talking with him. Cause I'm like, I just want to small talk with people sometimes. So I should have just had him move and not do the small talk. But at the end of the small talk, he said, oh, maybe you could squeak through. So I tried that, and my front fender scratched the back fender of the car next to me because I tried to turn out too sharply to get kind of through where the back of his flat on his rig was, and didn't have enough room. Most of the damage luckily went to my car, and I'm not like up for appearances type guy. Like, I wear shoes until they fall off my feet. Like, I'm not trying to have a shiny car. So 90% of the damage went to my car. That was lucky. There was a scratch on the car next to me. Not too big. Like, it looks like it could be solved with like $20, but I know that's not true. You go to the place and then they charge you $1,000 or $2,000, and the person that gets hit aren't going to shop around for the cheapest place. If they do, like that would be great, but I don't expect them to, and I don't see that as realistic. People have busy days, and when you hit their car, they're probably not going to be very forgiving. But yeah, so like, it looks like it could be buffed out, but like, I don't know if it's an upsell, but they'll probably try to say, oh, well, you need a whole new fender, and then try to do the upsell thing. It's like the cabin filter thing at the tire place, when you could just buy a cabin filter, put it in yourself. It's $20. They try to charge you like $70. So I mean, it's probably going to be like that. And then I don't know if it's going to be on my insurance or if I'm going to pay out of pocket, which would be cheaper, and what the bill is going to be. I left a note. They weren't there. I just left my phone number, bumped your car. Hopefully they're forgiving about it. Hopefully they shop around a bit. Hopefully it's inexpensive, and hopefully it doesn't make my insurance go up crazy. Because I'm trying to, it's almost like this bitter irony where I'm getting kicked in the balls, because I've been trying to get a different driver's license where it's a class up, and I can kind of drive like taxi cabs and things like this, if I had to, because I've been looking at job listings, and there's like this opening of someone who drives a small bus around for like a senior home, kind of giving seniors like activities like driving them to the beach or whatever. And then I've also been kind of looking into ambulance, which I don't think I'm even going to be able to get. I've been upgrading my first aid. I have 2 first aid courses later in the month, but I think people with much more advanced first aid and already driving experiences, and maybe even diplomas in things in the biology field, are going to be way ahead of me. And I've emailed the ambulance union, and they've said that it's already like a 6 months wait just to get an interview. So I mean, my basic first aid and then this license is probably not going to be enough to get in anyways. And then now with this bump thing, because they look at your driver's record, I want to handle this paying out money rather than have it on my driver's record, because it's going to hurt jobs now. Because I have this on my record. I might be overthinking it, but it's recent. Like, if it's like 6 years in the past, it'd be more forgiving. But if it's like just like right now, and I go and apply a job, and oh yeah, this happened last week, I hit a car. Yeah, so like, I had a kind of like an internalized mental breakdown afterwards. Like, I didn't outwardly get angry, but I was very angry within. I was in my head thinking like, just running around kicking people in the balls, like, why even live? Everything sucks. I went to the gym, I got it out. I got a little bit of a pump in my shoulders. I hit the heavy bag. I feel a bit better now. So once again, that goes with my healing through movement video that I did. But like, I guess I'm taking life too seriously. I lost some money today. I don't know what the fee's going to be. Maybe it's only going to be like $200 or $300. That would be really nice. It would be really nice if they said, oh, well, that's nothing, and I'm not even going to pursue it. But that's wishful thinking. That's not going to happen. But yeah, I was really in meltdown mode because I've been taking on more recently, and I've been kind of stimming more. I've been eating less. I've been really stressed. My sleep has been kind of weird. It's not been bad sleep, but I've been having different shifts at different times, so it hasn't been consistent. And then this happened, and it's very, it takes the wind out of your sails. And just kind of the social interaction I had with the truck driver. Like, I was a step behind and then a step forward. I wasn't seeing eye to eye with him. I wasn't on the same wavelength as him. We were communicating, but I didn't feel like we were having a real conversation. It seemed like we were part of two different worlds. I kind of feel sometimes like society is kind of like a river, and everyone's in uniform with the water. Every drop of water forms the river, and they're just going by. And I'm a lonely dry rock on the beach, just alone. That's kind of how I feel. I don't feel like I'm ever in step with anyone else. I think in part that has to do with spectrum. I think in part it has to do with isolation. I think in part it actually has to do with the location where I'm at, because people here are, where I live is almost like a vacation town where half of the homes are vacant during the winter. People just come here for boating. The population is probably cut in half during the winter. People kind of hibernate. I might need to get out and relocate, but I'm leaning heavily on my mom and sisters, because I'm really struggling just to make ends meet. I don't really have money or savings to pay for this, so I was really kind of freaking out about this. Nothing's happened yet. They haven't called me yet. This is pretty recent to happen. It's only like 2 hours ago, and then I went to the gym. Very stressful day to start off my day. I was kind of I'm always very poker faced, but underneath, like, I was in hysterics. Like, I don't ever project my anger out, but I internalize it very heavily. And like, this is my fault because I hit the car, but like, at the same time, like, this guy should have just moved, and then it wouldn't have happened. Like, it seems like such bad luck. Or if he guided me out a bit, but like, once again, it's my fault. I got to take accountability for it. I got to pay for it, but it's money I don't have. If someone did it to my car, I'd want them obviously to leave a note, and I'd want them to pay for it. But at the same time, like, I don't necessarily care too much about my car, but I'm rambling now. But it really sucked, for a lot of reasons that I've already went over. It almost would have been better if it happened at the end of the day rather than the start of the day, because it just takes the wind out of your sails for the whole day. And they weren't there, which sucks more, because if they were there, then I would have just talked to them about it, and we would have already, well, they could have yelled at me or whatever, but it would have been done. Now I'm kind of internalizing it, waiting for the phone call, and I don't know what it's going to be. It's a bunch of question marks and what ifs in the air. So, big piss off. You know, I don't really know how to go into it deeper. I think I've said everything that I've wanted to say about this. It's very bad timing. I don't think it would have ever been good timing for me. Maybe if I had a bunch of money, that would be good timing. But like, I feel bad that they're going to obviously have to take time out of their day to get this fixed now. Like, it's piss off on them. So if they're angry, I understand. Shit does happen though. I mean, like, I do have a clean driving record. I have one speeding violation, and I have one other kind of fender bender where I was in a parking lot like 7 years ago, and I pulled out, and there was a guy that came by. I called insurance, and they said it was like, I think they calculated it was 75% my fault. It would have been 50% if I honked, but I think I lightly honked too late, so that's what made it 75-25, and then I didn't file the claim because all the damage was on my car, none on their car. They just drove away, and I kind of just took the fender bender, and I didn't fix it. So I have 2 dents on my car now. This dent I think I can actually pop out with my hand, and then it's just a minor scratch. On their end, it's mainly just paint chipping, and then there's maybe like a pea-sized indent. So I'm not sure how much a pea-sized indent would cost, but like I said, these places upcharge. They're probably, instead of trying to pop it out, if they can, I'm not even sure. We'll try to replace the whole fender. It's going to be expensive. Probably have to put it on my insurance. It's going to cost more, and it's going to be on my driving record, which can hurt jobs. So it was very stressful, and I felt like raging out, and I felt like just freaking out and having a meltdown. And I did have an internalized meltdown. I didn't really show it. Maybe I should have showed it a bit more. I should have been more confident even talking to the guy, like, about him moving the car forward. But I just, like, when he offered that, I kind of just wanted to talk for a bit. Like, instead of, like, if he moved forward, then I wouldn't have got to talk. And I get very limited opportunity to socialize with people, and I just wanted to talk to him a bit. And, like, they seemed so uninterested in even talking to me, and it was so, like, oil and water. Like he was talking to me like I was like a customer. Like I was like, because he's putting in the windows for my apartment building, and he was just kind of talking to me like in customer service talk, and I was just trying to shoot the shit with him. So I shot the shit with a guy that wasn't interested in that, and it kind of caused me to now have to pay out when he could have just gotten his car and moved along. But I mean, I'm getting so angry at myself, and yeah, okay, but hopefully this turns out okay. Hopefully it's not too expensive. It probably will be. Probably will cause another meltdown later on in the line. I feel like I've not really learned how to deal with situations very well. So anyways, I just thought I would get my feelings out on this video, and I hope everyone's doing well. And I have more videos coming out, more vlog videos. Maybe some of them are depressing because I've been kind of getting shit on recently, and like, I'm not blaming anyone, it's mostly my fault, but still, I don't think anyone would really want to hear these videos, but I'm going to record them anyways. And God bless everyone. Peace.